So in 2016, there are three absolute certainties in life. There's death, taxes, and if a video game was ever popular in the past, there's definitely going to be an HD remake coming sometime in the future. So what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Nick. As always, you can call me Tetris Ninja. And this is some gameplay from Bioshock, the original OG Bioshock. But you'll probably notice everything is all HD and pretty and higher frame rate because this is actually from the Bioshock collection that's going to be coming out on September 13th. I actually got a chance to play this game as well as some other games at the 2K studios in San Francisco. They provided my flight as well as my accommodations and basically gave me a room to myself to play this classic and fantastic game. So I got to share my impressions with you guys and kind of reminisce about this game as well as kind of just like the past, the roots of video gaming, because when this game came out in 2007, a whole shit ton of other games came out as well. 2007 was just an amazing year for video games. Some people actually think that it's the greatest year of video games. You had a whole ton of new IP came out. You had this game, Bioshock, the original Assassin's Creed, Mass Effect, Portal, Uncharted, as well as you had some amazing sequels as well. You had Halo 3 and the original Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, which is actually getting a remaster later this year. See, I'm not lying when I'm saying that all great games get a remaster eventually. But Bioshock kind of has a very special place in my heart. And we're going to be playing, since I've already played this game, we're going to choose to play it on hard, even though I really shouldn't have. But we're going to talk about more of the game after this intro.
They told me, son, you're special. You were born to do great things. You know what? They were right.
Those water effects though, they look great. So I got to play each game in the collection for about 2 hours, Bioshock 1, Bioshock 2, then Bioshock Infinite. And I got to play in a very nice quiet room, which is something that I really did appreciate just because it was just so nostalgic. And this game in particular, Bioshock 1, definitely got the most amount of love amongst all three of the games just because it is the oldest. So it was affected by the remaster the most. Everything just looks nicer, frame rates run steady 60 frames, and just, yeah, it looks fantastic remastered. Everything looks shiny and awesome. And the gameplay is exactly the same, for better or for worse. It's basically just a texture redone. They haven't changed anything at all in the gameplay. Here I was just kind of taking it all in, and we're about to enter the lighthouse. The lighthouse is a recurring theme in the Bioshock games, and I just had to like mentally prepare myself for everything that was about to happen and I was about to experience again. So I cut up this gameplay of Bioshock 1 into a smaller section, or a smaller part. I played up until I defeated my very first Big Daddy, and I kind of ended it there. That was probably 2 hours into the game. I spent a lot of time just walking around and taking everything in. Here I wanted to turn on subtitles for you guys, and we're gonna enter a little dialogue scene right here that you guys can enjoy, or scenery scene, because I don't really want to talk about this because it's just amazing.
I am Andrew Ryan, and I'm here to ask you a question. Is a man not entitled to the sweat of his brow? No, says the man in Washington, it belongs to the poor. No, says the man in the Vatican, it belongs to God. No, says the man in Moscow, it belongs to everyone. I rejected those answers. Instead, I chose something different. I chose the impossible. I chose Rapture. A city where the artist would not fear the censor, where the scientist would not be bound by petty morality, where the great would not be constrained by the small. And with the sweat of your brow, Rapture can become your city as well. Just a bit further. How do you like that, mister? Now, would you kindly find a crowbar or something? Bloody splicer. Seal Johnny in before they... Goddamn splicers.
When people think about video games and wrenches, a lot of people's immediate thought comes to Half-Life. Personally, I've actually never played Half-Life myself, so when I think of video game wrenches, my mind comes to Bioshock as I ninja this flaming cabinet that falls out of nowhere. And then this guy who is strung up on who knows at this point just charges at you, starts swinging at you, and then you bust his head in with a wrench. That's your very first impression of the game. It's just so, you're like, what am I playing right now? And I got to play this game multiple times. I got to play it when it first came out. And then I actually got to replay it again because a little bit later after release, it was patched for trophies on PlayStation Network. From what I remember, this game didn't originally have trophies, as we take a dose of drugs right here and get high as fuck.
Steady now. Your genetic code is being rewritten. Just hold on and everything will be fine.
This little fish looks like he just had his cherry popped. Wonder if he's still got some Adam on him. Hear that? Let's buck. Weak! You're a weak chopper. This little fish ain't worth towing it with no big daddy. Yellow always have been. You'll be no better off with Metal Daddy, little fish. See you floating from my
Look, Mr. Bubbles, it's an angel. I can see light coming from his belly. Wait a minute, he's still breathing. It's all right. I know he'll be an angel soon.
You alright, boyo? First time plasma's a real kick from a mule. But there's nothing like a fistful of lightning now, is there?
Take some drugs, and all of a sudden I wake up and I can shoot lightning from my hands. That's the type of game Bioshock is. So yeah, after, like I was saying, after it was packed with trophies, I replayed it a couple more times just because I did a run on survival where you couldn't use Vita Chambers, so that was a treat. And then I did another run through where I just played using a wrench and didn't use any of the ranged weapons. Literally just ran around hitting things with a wrench. Zapping people with electricity out of our hands and just casually walking up to them and beating them down with the wrench right on top of the dome piece. Getting that very satisfying ka-tunk sound. Those are all just things that become standard while you're in Rapture. You just work with it and roll with it.
Listen, I've got a family. I need to get them out of here. But the splicers have cut me off from them. If you can reach them in Neptune's bounty, then maybe, just maybe. I know you must feel like the unluckiest man in the world right now. But you're the only hope I'll ever see my wife and child again. Go to Neptune's bounty. Find my family, please.
We got a fairly lengthy cutscene coming up here, so I'm gonna shut up after we pay a visit to this lady and her baby. You can't see my hands right now, but they're doing air quotations.
Mommy's gone. And Daddy too.
Plasma's changed everything. They destroyed our bodies, our minds. We couldn't handle it. Best friends butchering one another. Babies strangled in cribs. The whole city went to hell. Careful now. Would you kindly lower that weapon for a minute? You think that's a child down there? Don't be fooled. She's a little sister now. Somebody went and turned a sweet baby girl into a monster. Whatever you thought about right and wrong on the surface, well, that don't count for much down in Rapture. Those little sisters, they carry Adam, the genetic material that keeps the wheels of Rapture turning. Everybody wants it, everybody needs it.
that guy got fucked up. When I originally played this game, I was freaking the shit out because I thought the Big Daddy was gonna come and attack me, like literally come and get me because he went through the wall. But luckily he went the other way, and then we passed the Vita Chamber right there. So one thing that's actually new to this collection is that there's actually a bunch of audio diaries that are scattered about the game. They're only in Bioshock 1, and they have some extra stuff
I'm Jeff
like
Keighley,
this.
here in Boston to go behind the scenes to hear some untold stories about the making of Bioshock with Ken Levine and Sean Robertson.
So I watched that interview with Jeff Keighley and Ken Levine for like 15 minutes before I actually stopped it. I mainly stopped it because I thought to myself, I really need to actually get some gameplay recorded. Even though I thoroughly enjoyed watching it the entire time, but just because I adore this game so much. And I think the reason why it has such a strong impression on me when I first played it, first off, it's a fantastic game. And the second reason why is because before this game, I was actually primarily just playing a lot of first-person shooters. I was playing Call of Duty, I was playing Halo 2, and then eventually Halo 3. So this game and its environment, its detail, how everything is so intimate, was just basically a gigantic breath of fresh air for me. I know that Arkham Asylum came out way after this game, but as I'm kind of just re-watching this gameplay right now, it has a lot of that.
There's another way to get there. Head to medical. What are you waiting for? Go!
Head to medical! Get to the chopper! It has, this game has that charm, that intimate charm that both it shares with this game as well as Arkham Asylum. Just so it's the environment. It's the environment itself just feels very alive.
Oh, Christ! You're trapped! Gonna try to override the exit from here!
So tell me, friend, which one of the bitches sent you? The KGB Wolf or the CIA Jackal? Here's the news. Rapture isn't some sunken ship for you to plunder. And Andrew Ryan isn't a giddy socialite who can be slapped around by government muscle. And with that, farewell, or До свидания, Jack.
Diamond will fix this. Everything will work out. It's just a way.
So, as everything hits the fan and goes to shit, I want to take this moment to talk about the gameplay just because everything is fast, exciting, and people are getting electrocuted and I'm shooting them in the face. So, the gameplay is exactly the same. It has not been changed whatsoever. And like I said at the very beginning of the video, this is for better or for worse. The better is the shooting mechanics still feel fantastic, even by today's standards. Kind of gives you an idea of how good the shooting mechanics were in the past when this game first came out, and if you actually and just on the topic of the bot, this bot actually had to hack. So the hacking, sadly, is still in this game. It's probably one of the most obvious things. It was okay back in the day, but we basically evolved into typical hacking puzzles that I think really do slow down the game. and that was addressed in Bioshock 2, which was basically just pressing the game, or you made sure that you pressed the X button at the same time as across the scale. So the puzzles in this game really did slow down the gameplay, but when you're playing it on hard, the game becomes more of a survival game than originally on normal, because on hard you're constantly running out of ammo, you're running out of Eve, you're running out of health, and you're trying to basically manage all that in order to survive. And this especially becomes intense if you're doing a run through where you're not allowed using a Vita chamber, like I did when I wanted to get that platinum trophy, and it made everything just super intense, and finding plasmids and stuff and other power-ups just make your life so much easier. This is the incinerate power. I call it the Roy Mustang power, just because if you ever watch Full Metal Alchemist, he basically flicks his fingers and then things get set on fire. And that's basically what happens with the incinerate tonic. You get the lightnings on fire and everything burns instantly, and there's oil on the ground and people all burning around you, and you feel like a badass, but at the same time you're wondering what is life.
The big daddies, the little sisters. He pumps some kind of chemical scent in the air. Pheromones, they call it. Makes them all dance to his tune.
This shotgun scene right here was just as intense as it was 9 years ago when I first played this game. This is like the 6th or 7th time I've done it. Tried doing this scene with just a wrench when I did my wrench playthrough, and everything's just so intense. Guys are running at you, and the guy was beating you down with pipes, and your own wrench, basically having a duel with pipes and wrenches and all that kind of stuff. Before I go, I wanted to basically talk about whether or not you should buy this game. And I will be doing a should you buy it for this game when it releases. And normally when a remaster, a fantastic franchise like Bioshock is announced and set to release, I would have no qualms or issues just recommending you guys to buy it and experiencing it for the very first time for yourself. This is the fight with Dr. Steinman. He has a key item that you need to progress into the next area.
I want to make them beautiful, but they always turn out wrong. That was too fat. This one too tall. This one too symmetrical. And now, what's this, guys? An intruder. He's ugly. 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 Ugly.
This fight scene actually would have been a lot less difficult if I would have made better use of my powers, like using telekinesis to picking up those exploding propane tanks that are in the background and hucking stuff at him, as well as like a basement area that's kind of in the water that has more Eve and ammo that I could have made better use of, but this is stuff that I played like 9 years ago, so sue me. But before, like I was saying, before I wanted to give the ringing endorsement that you should pick up the Bio Collection, what I wanted to do is I wanted to replay the games on PC, and right after I played the games on PC to play the collection, that way I would have a benchmark in my head of how different or the same they would be. Because very often these games, especially with their age, especially Bioshock 1 and 2, you can get them on like a special Steam sale for like $5. And if you get all 3 for $5, that's only 15 bucks. Because even though the collection does come with all 3 games, it's still a full price game at $60. So before I could give you guys the ring endorsement to pick it up, I want to do my research and give you guys my best impressions and opinion of whether or not you should pick it up. And this, even though 2K flew me out to San Francisco and they paid for my accommodation, this isn't a sponsored video. I'm not doing this because I got paid to do it. I'm doing it because I absolutely love this franchise. But that being said, I want you guys to be the best informed consumers out there as possible. And if you can save a couple bucks, then why not? And in either case, you'll still get to play this fantastic game if you have a gaming PC and this fantastic franchise, and everyone wins. So yeah, when playing on hard mode and ammo is scarce, what you should do is a lot of times before you enter an area with like a big daddy or a big boss, you should pack as many health terminals around the area as possible. That way you can heal for cheap, and as well the enemies cannot heal on accommodations as well. It just makes your life a whole lot easier. I finally take down this son of a bitch. Basically a gigantic bullet sponge. I did make it a little bit hard to myself, but whatever.
You alright? It was time somebody took care of that sick bastard. Make sure you get the key off Steinman and head back to emergency access. I'm working my way to the backside of Port Neptune myself. We'll get there soon enough.
A little light at surgical safety.
Sounds like another tunnel collapse. Welcome to Rapture, the world's fastest growing pilot joke. It's a level one. Here's your chance to get some Adam.
Stay away from her, or it is you who will be shot next.
Easy now, Doctor. He's just looking for a wee bit of Adam. Just enough to get by.
I'll not have him hurt my little ones.
It's okay, lad. That's not a child. Not anymore, it ain't. Dr. Tenenbaum saw to that.
Bitte do not hurt her. Have you no heart?
Aye, that's a pretty sermon coming from the ghoul who cooked up them creatures in the first place. Took fine little girls and turned them into that, didn't you? Listen to me, boyo. You won't survive without the out of those things are carrying. Are you prepared to trade your life, the lives of my wife and child, for Tenenbaum's little Frankenstein?
Here. There is another. Use this. Free them from their torment. I will make it to be worth your while. Somehow.
This is the game's probably most gut-wrenching decision, the biggest morality choice that you're gonna have in this game. And I'm not lying to you guys when I say this. I have actually before now have never ever harvested a little sister. Not because you need it to not do it to get the platinum trophy, I just did not have it in me. But since this was not my file, this is not my game, and I was probably, if I were to replay it again, I would have a different save file. I just thought I kind of wanted to see what it would look like, and it was kind of gross, as you can see right. I actually was telling the guy beside me, the 2K rep, that I've actually never harvested a little sister. And in the long run, actually, it doesn't really do anything for you, because if you decide to save all the little sisters, they will reward you with axes at each station, and by the end of the game you have all the power enough for the upgrades, even if you don't harvest a little sister. So it just makes the beginning of the game a little bit easier for you, but by the end, if you don't harvest them, it just all balances out.
They've got to thank for us.
How can you do this thing to a child? But there are other little ones who have need of your help. Will you be as cruel to them?
I just wanted to see what the animation looked like.
Make sure you pick up a new plasmid or two. That's if the price ain't too dear, of course.
So for the rest of this video, we're going to take down our very first big daddy of the game. We're going to show him who's the real big daddy. And that's pretty much it. Next video I have for you guys is from Bioshock 2, once again from the Bioshock collection. And for those of you who are wondering if I'm going to do a full Let's Play of this game on the channel, probably not anytime soon. The big Q4 rush is about to wind up. A lot of sleepless nights ahead of myself, and I just don't think that I'm going to get any time for it. If I do replay it on the channel, it'll probably be sometime in the new year. If anytime sooner than that, most likely it's going to be played on my Twitch page, which you will find the link to in the description, where sometimes play games that actually don't make it to the channel. So yeah, that's my plans for the game. So look forward to some more gameplay from Bioshock 2 in the future. May stream this game, or you may find this game in the new year. I will try to find some time to play it. I promise I will try to find some time to play it for you guys. But other than that, enjoy the rest of taking down the Big Daddy. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know if you have any questions. of my time at 2K or the collection, if you have any questions for that. But other than that, thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and as always, have a fantastic day.
You saved me.